My father was born in Japan, and he was brought to the United States as an infant by his mother to Seattle, Washington. He was a college student when the war broke out. He was one of 400 Japanese Americans at the University of Washington. Because of the evacuation order, all Japanese Americans, even if they were American citizens, were evacuated, meaning they were expelled from school and imprisoned. And I remember one of the first things that he told me was when I became a reporter, and my first big story was a documentary about Minidoka, the internment camp, where he and the family were interned during the war. And I sent him a script, and I said, "What do you think of this, Dad?" And he wrote me a note saying, "Well, this is okay, but you know, you really should remember that a lot of good things happen because of camp too." And I was so surprised because I said, "You were interned, you lost everything, your home, your business. How could you say that anything good came of it?" And he said, "It's because we got together as a community, we lived the values, we fought for what we believed the United States stood for, and in the end, it was all right." My father was looking at the silver lining of a great injustice that had been done to the Japanese American community. And what he did was, like many, in fact thousands of volunteers, he joined the U.S. Army. And because of his language abilities, he was asked to train at Fort Snelling in the Japanese language for several months. The Congressional Gold Medal is the highest civilian honor given by the U.S. Congress to an individual or group. My father was among those honored because he was in the military intelligence service. The biggest honor is knowing that the United States as a government recognized the service of military veterans like my father for a lifetime of achievement. My father always voted. That was really an important privilege for him. So when he became ill, I had made sure that we would get absentee ballots. I was able to open the ballot and say, "Dad, I'm going to read you the names of the candidates, and you tell me yes or no." So I started from the President of the United States and went all the way through, and he would say yes or no. I marked the ballot just as he wanted, and I mailed it in. My sister took a picture because she wanted to see the expression on my face when my dad wanted candidates that I didn't support. My nephew posted it on a website, and it went viral. And then all of a sudden, it was in CNN, NBC picked it up, Fox News called, all the local TV stations called. There was a story of an American citizen who had been the victim of an injustice, but also had been an inspiration. So when it became apparent that Dad's condition was terminal, and I suggested Hospice Hawaii. And within the day, Hospice sent over Japanese-speaking assistants to help my mother. Hospice Hawaii was wonderful because she had the support of someone who could explain things to her in the Japanese cultural context. It was very helpful and very, very comforting. My father, even when he was bedridden, he would exercise and do his stretches, and I know Dr. Galbraith came and was just amazed at the strength of a 93-year-old. That's part of his spirit. That's why he was able to endure what he went through during the Depression and the war and the internment. The Japanese have a saying, it's gaman, and it's a quiet endurance with dignity. And that's what he had. And that's what I'll always remember about him, that he never gave up, never.